Thanks for tuning in to Hobbs and Horror Movie Review Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Jack's podcast. I guess it's not back, it's the first episode.
Yeah.
We're here with Jason and Jack.
Yeah, we wanted to see what Jack's view of Benny Loves You is.
I would say it was like, it was confusing at certain parts.
Yeah.
Like it was like...
So what made it confusing?
Like, it was just kind of strange, It was kind of strange. And, like, how there was a doll.
Yeah.
And there was also a, like,
Oh,
stuffy.
that confused you a little bit? Yeah. Well, the
Because
doll
There was
the
a doll
girls.
and there was a what?
And there was Stuffy,
Yeah.
Benny.
Oh,
Yeah, so the doll was the girls, and the stuffy Benny was the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so like I was wondering during the movie, like, where did the doll come from?
Yeah. They show that at the beginning a little bit.
no. Well, they show it when they introduce the girl.
Or when they introduce the girl, yeah.
Yeah, when they introduce the girl, they show a flashback
Mhm.
to she's basically what? She's like a kid, and that was her doll, and I think it killed her parents, right? Too? Like, it was pretty much the same story.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened. Like, it killed her parents, and then I think she said she never saw it again or something like that. And then
Yeah.
it comes back at the end.
Yeah, he trips. It was on the stairs, and then her dad or mom or somebody tripped over the doll and died, and then the doll just disappeared after that.
Yeah. And she never saw it again until the
Oh,
end.
that would be terrifying.
And did
Yeah.
they explain it? I assume that Benny went and got these other dolls. Got that?
Yeah,
Like, did they show that in the
They
movie, or
don't-
did they just show up?
No, they don't show it. They just show up, and it's like in a wrapped, like, birthday present type thing.
But the thing is, he never opened that until the girl opened it.
Yeah.
Which
Is that where it was? Was in the package that Benny brought?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I
because
think I think he's right, because I think she opens it, right?
yeah.
she does. Yeah.
And it turns out to be,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Yeah.
That's kind of a weird angle of it. Like,
Mhm.
why was Benny bringing that
Yeah.
to him?
Maybe they're all friends, all the possessed.
Maybe it was supposed to be like Benny's lover or something. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Who knows, man?
it's like he's like, here, man, I'm
Mhm.
gonna love this doll.
Yeah. But yeah, so what did you like about the movie?
Like, I liked how it was heartwarming and really sad at the same
Yeah,
time.
you really loved Benny, right? Like, you
Yeah.
didn't want him to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
Just
you
misunderstood,
did you
right?
yeah did you think that Benny should have been given more chances? Like,
No.
no,
No?
You
No.
think it was necessary to kill Benny?
Well, like, if there was another way, but, like, I don't think there was another way because, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I felt pretty sad when they killed Benny.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. Because, I mean, he really did love him.
Yeah, well, and it's hard to hate something that just runs around and says, "Play with me, love
Yeah.
me,"
And they're
or
nice to
Benny
you.
loves
They're
me.
nice to you.
Yeah.
They just want to kill everybody else.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I don't, like, somebody else is going to have to kill this thing because it's saying it loves me. What am I going to do?
Yeah, like I get bad Milo.
Yeah.
This thing's crawling out of your butt. You want to get rid of it, but
Yeah.
but
I mean, I
Benny
don't wanna-
was just a cute little doll.
I think the only thing that would make me kill Bad Milo is the fact that it's at some point going to try to crawl back in my butt,
Yeah.
But even then, like, I remember, like, when we watched Bad Milo, that scene where he cuts his arms off, like, I genuinely felt really terrible that he's cutting the arms off this thing because it looked so pitiful. It looked so fucking sad the whole time. I'm like, oh, poor Milo, Whereas this one, he wasn't, I don't think he was actually as cute as the ass creature from Bad Milo. I don't.
Yeah, no, because you know what?
It's the eyes.
Yeah, it was totally the
fucking
eyes in Bad Milo.
Bad
were
Milo's
incredible.
eyes were just like you got lost in them.
Yep.
Like you looked into his eyes, and
Have you ever seen Bad Milo, Jack?
No.
No.
we'll watch that one of these
So
days.
yeah.
But yeah, you look into his eyes, and you might like he just killed all your friends and everything, and like, but then you look into his eyes, and he makes those little noises,
Yep.
and it just melts your heart. It melts your heart, and you're like, okay, buddy, it's okay. Come here and snuggle. Let's watch TV.
And you got to look at it because his skin was so wretched and stuff. Like, were they trying to make him ugly, but just failed miserably at
Well,
it?
isn't that weird? That's like something that's so fucking ugly. Like something, it's like it gets when you at a point you get something that's so ugly that it becomes cute, right?
Yeah. Well, but eyes do that. A good set of eyes can save just about anything.
That's
man,
true.
You know.
That's true. And he had the most beautiful big eyes.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Look
his
at it. It
mucus-
sounds like Jason had a crush on him. Huh?
I loved Milo. I thought Milo, like, I would have a hard time with Milo. Not like I would if somebody killed Milo, if he was my butt monster, I would probably have some issues. Oh.
I don't know, man. If I had a butt monster, I think I'd be okay with
Like I
just
said,
getting rid
I
of
don't
it.
mind him coming out. I don't want him coming back in.
Yeah, it's like, you're out now, you're staying out.
Yeah, my Hershey Highway is a one-way street. But yeah.
You got
Anything
any?
else you got?
Yeah, you
Jack?
got any thoughts?
Yeah, like the guilt that guy probably had to feel, Jack, which happens to be my name.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why I thought you liked the movie, because you're like, this is my
Mhm.
life. But
Well, he actually experienced this with Koala, didn't you, buddy?
Yeah.
did Koala try to kill you? Well, I guess Koala didn't. Benny didn't try to kill Jack.
No.
Benny just killed everybody else.
Yeah.
So, but
Oh, you got a kitty.
Would you guys take that? Like, would you guys have that?
What?
Like, all live stuff, you doing that for $1 billion? Like,
No, because I don't want to go to prison.
yeah,
Because no
Yeah.
one's gonna believe you.
when you tell
but
them
you
that.
wouldn't be able to, you wouldn't, like, have to go to prison.
For $1 billion, yeah, I feel like I would take my chances with them.
I don't know, man. So, like, this is the whole thing.
Yeah,
You also have to look at it that if you knew this was happening, could you live with yourself?
that's true.
You know?
As soon as some people that you know and care about start dying off,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if it's people you hate,
yeah,
it's still, man, like you see how people even just witnessing somebody die scars them for life.
That's true.
You know, what is
Yeah.
it going to do when you know that you're kind of not responsible, but kind of responsible for it? I don't
Yeah.
think I could.
I would have to really have some sort of a setup that I could make sure that thing is locked down. Like he's being a safe inside of a safe. Inside of a safe. Inside of a
Buried
safe.
30 feet underground.
Yeah. Then I would be fine. I'd be like, there's no way he's getting out of that.
But it's still a horror movie. He's going to
So
find
he's
a way.
gonna-
He's
No,
going to
man.
find a way out.
Yeah, he's gonna find a way out. You're right. Because I mean, they did have him in a coffin, buried underground, and he still got out of that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But the
He'd
way
figure it
that
out.
thing moves, though, it's like hopping
It's awesome.
around.
It's awesome, right?
Yeah.
Now, tell me, did you think that was a downside to the movie, the way they had him move?
Yeah.
Because did you really? Because I thought it was fun,
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
but
It just wasn't realistic.
no, it wasn't realistic at all. But I think it made the movie better because
Yeah.
it was such a ridiculous concept
yeah, I would agree.
that adding that to it just made it more ridiculous and added to the funniness of it. So.
Absolutely, and you couldn't really tell what he was saying half the time. He would just
Yeah.
like because his voice was so high, like, I love you. And I think that even adds to it. Like he didn't have any really great one-liners. Chucky has a full vocabulary. He will just talk to people like normal, whatever. Benny has a couple things he says, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it still works. In fact, and I think it was perfect that they didn't have weird one-liners in there and stuff, and give this thing more of a brain than it. I think it works better for it being just a loose cannon This is killing people, and then all it can say is "I love you."
Yeah, that they did a really good job, I think, at that movie.
Yeah.
Like, you've got a point though with that. Like how he moves and stuff really makes it a lot more funny.
Yeah, and it does. It's one of those subtle things that they added into the movie that just adds so much to it.
Absolutely.
The one thing actually that I think they could have done more with is when they introduced all these different dolls. They could have created some sort of dynamic between the dolls for a little bit.
Yeah.
That just some sort of funny dynamic where they're doing goofy stuff together or something.
Yeah.
That I think could have really elevated the humor in it.
Yeah. I
kind of
think-
wish I would have put that on the main podcast. Man.
Yeah. This is
But-
the main podcast. What are you talking about? Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think I love what they did. Like I was talking on the other podcast about how, they brought the robot one in.
Yeah.
And put and they were battling it out in the kitchen. That was really cool. But, I think the thing that happens most of the time is like that sort of stuff is more subdued in the first one. And then when they make sequels, that's when they, like, you look at Puppet Master, and every new Puppet Master for like the first, I think all of them have added at least one or two more dolls to it. But that's the whole thing is like once you get the plot and everything, like the setup is what the first movie is. And then after that, it's like, all right, people just want to see more dolls.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see more creative dolls and creative kills and whatever. And that's, I think if they made a sequel to this,
They probably would have done that.
yeah, they probably would incorporate more dolls.
They
and stuff.
definitely probably would have incorporated like a love interest for Benny or something to
That would
add
be
to the
great.
humor,
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So, and honestly, when I first saw the girl doll show up, I thought that was where they were going to go with it
Yeah.
at a period, but then it just never happened.
Yeah.
But I think you're absolutely right. That might just be that we can't pull out all the stops in the first movie.
Yeah.
And they did a good job with the first movie, so I don't think they needed to add that.
Yeah.
But now that it doesn't appear there's another one coming,
No.
you want to think, I wish they would have done that.
Right.
So,
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, so there was this part in the movie where it was like Stuffy, Benny, just wrote all these terrible things like all over, and she just happened to miss all of them.
that's true. That is
Yeah.
true. Like,
Yeah. There's a lot of scenes like that in this movie that were funny as hell.
Yeah.
The guy talking about Prince all the time and
yeah.
like, yeah. I mean, that's one of the things I think that this movie did really well is the pacing and the like how many how long they would go between jokes was perfect. Like it was like just enough to keep you engaged, keep you going, and set the tone for the movie. And they never strayed from that tone. It was very consistent all the way through. It never took itself too seriously at all. It just and most of the jokes I think landed.
Mhm. And I think every character played a pretty critical role in it too.
Yeah, I
You know
agree. They
what?
didn't have unnecessary characters. The nice thing about it is, like, when they introduced more characters, it was just to kill them.
Yeah.
Like, that's the lunchroom scene, that whole scene, every one of the people that they introduced just got murdered.
Right, and they didn't really even introduce them. They were just
Yeah,
there.
they're just there.
But the characters that talked and stuff all played a pretty critical role
Mhm.
in the movie and actually enhanced the movie. Like,
Yeah.
I think if you would have pulled any of those characters out,
Mhm.
it wouldn't have been nearly as good as it was.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
So,
Yeah.
you got anything else, Jack?
Yeah,
He's going to keep saying yeah every time.
yeah, one more thing. So, he might have, like, abilities to be able to, like, go through devices and stuff. Because in this one scene, like, he controlled the robot and made him against the people.
Did he?
I don't know if he does he? I think the robot just dies because he pulls the wires out of the back. and-
No, the grabber like this. You know that one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
I
you're
don't
right.
remember this.
There was two robots.
Okay, so are
Second
you
robot.
talking about the robot with the blade on his hand?
No, the other robot.
Okay, the one that the
That had
other
the grabber
the douchey
things.
guy created.
Yeah. He did control it.
Did he control that? See now,
Because it went and attacked.
it attacked the douchey guy, right? I kind of took that as like that was just like the girl had the one
Yeah.
her robot
Oh,
or her
maybe.
doll showed up. This was his doll.
It could be.
But you're right, because that doll had showed no signs of being violent
Yeah.
prior to that. I mean,
Maybe you're onto something, dude.
that's interesting.
Yeah. And how come, like, so the other robot, right? That, like, was supposed to be, like,
Careful, you gotta laugh.
a
Mhm.
monkey robot? Why did he go all of his way just to fight that one? When he could have, you know?
Yeah, when you could have just controlled that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that what you're doing right now, Jack, is you're taking this movie way too seriously, I think. You just got to let that one be.
Yeah.
For let's do the final thing here. What is your review of this? What is your rating? Scale of 1 to 10. What would you give this movie?
7.
A 7?
Yeah.
So you matching the old man, huh?
Yep. Great minds
Good.
think alike.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, maybe we will continue to do this in the future.
Yeah.
Give Jack a review here and there. What do
Yeah.
you think of that, Jack? You in?
Absolutely.
All right. So we're going to wrap this up, and we'll see everybody on the next one.
Yahoo!
Thanks for tuning in to Hobbs and Horror Movie Review Podcast. Join us in 2 weeks for another exciting movie review.